Right now, as you're watching this, your body is doing things that the most brilliant scientists on the planet cannot explain. I'm not talking about some rare disease or a freak mutation. I'm talking about stuff your body does every single day. Your brain is the most complex object in the known universe. 86 billion neurons, 100 trillion connections. And somehow, it still does things that make scientists say, we honestly have no idea why that happens. So today we're going through 7 things your body does that science still can't fully explain. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never look at yourself the same way again. Number 7, contagious yawning. Let's start with something you've done thousands of times in your life. You've probably done it today. You might even do it right now just because I'm about to talk about it. Yawning. Here's the thing. Scientists have been studying yawning for decades, and they still don't know why we do it. The old theory that it's about getting more oxygen, that's been largely debunked. The current leading idea is that yawning helps cool down your brain, kind of like a biological thermostat. But that doesn't explain the really weird part. Why is it contagious? Just reading or hearing the word yawn makes about 50% of people yawn. It even crosses species. Your dog can catch a yawn from you. Some researchers believe it's linked to empathy, because people with higher empathy scores tend to catch yawns more easily. But that's still just a theory. So if you just yawned watching this, congratulations. Science has no idea why you just did that. Number 6. Hypnic jerks. You know that feeling when you're just falling asleep? Everything is calm, peaceful, and then bam, your whole body jerks like you just fell off a cliff? That's called a hypnic jerk. Up to 70% of people experience them, and science can't really explain why. One theory says it's an ancient reflex from when our ancestors slept in trees. A little safety check from your brain asking, are you sure you want to fall asleep right now? Because if you're on a branch, this could be a problem. Another theory suggests your brain struggles with the transition between waking and sleeping states. When it starts to paralyze your muscles for sleep, which it does every night, by the way, to stop you from acting out your dreams, your waking brain panics for a split second. Either way, your body is literally scaring itself awake, and nobody fully understands why. Number 5, blushing. Charles Darwin once called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions, and he was onto something, because from an evolutionary standpoint, blushing makes absolutely no sense. Think about it. In pretty much every survival scenario, showing your emotions is a disadvantage. If a predator is nearby, the last thing you want is a giant red signal on your face saying, I'm embarrassed and vulnerable right now. We know the mechanics. Your sympathetic nervous system dilates the blood vessels in your face when you feel self-conscious. But the why? That's the mystery. Some scientists think blushing evolved as a social tool, a non-verbal apology that signals honesty and vulnerability to others. Studies show that people who blush are actually perceived as more trustworthy, so your body might be betraying your emotions on purpose to make other people trust you. That's kind of beautiful and kind of terrifying at the same time. Number 4, déjà vu. You walk into a room you've never been in before, and suddenly you know this place. You've been here. You've lived this exact moment, except you haven't. That's déjà vu, French for already seen. About 97% of people have experienced it at least once, and there are over 40 different scientific theories trying to explain it. 40. Here's what makes it so hard to study. It happens randomly, lasts only a few seconds, and leaves no physical trace. You can't schedule it. You can't predict it. The leading theory from researcher Akira O'Connor suggests that déjà vu is actually your brain's fact-checking system in action. Your temporal lobe fires a false familiarity signal, and your prefrontal cortex goes, wait a second, that's not right. That conflict between feeling familiar and knowing it's not, that's déjà vu. So here's the twist. Déjà vu might not be a glitch at all. It might be proof that your brain is actually working the way it should. Younger people experience it more often because their brains are more active and better at catching errors. Your brain is basically running a real-time error detection system, and déjà vu is the notification. Number 3, dreaming. You will spend roughly 6 years of your life dreaming. 6 full years. And we don't really know why. We know it happens during REM sleep. We know your heart rate increases. We know your brain paralyzes your body so you don't physically act out your dreams. But the fundamental question, what is the purpose of dreaming, is still wide open. One popular theory says dreams are how your brain sorts through the day's memories, deciding what to keep and what to throw away. Another says dreams are just random noise from your unconscious mind doing maintenance while you sleep. And a third theory suggests dreams are a kind of virtual reality simulator where your brain rehearses threats and social situations. But none of these explain why you once had a dream about riding a giant taco through a shopping mall while your 3rd grade teacher chased you with a trumpet. Dreams can feel more real than reality and then vanish completely within minutes of waking up. Your brain creates entire worlds, entire narratives narratives, entire emotions, and then just deletes them. We literally do not understand why we dream, and that should keep you up at night, which, ironically, would give you more time to dream about it. Number 2, the placebo effect. Imagine this. You go to the doctor, they give you a pill, you take it every day, your pain decreases, your condition improves, you feel genuinely better, and then you find out it was a sugar pill. There was nothing in it. That's the placebo effect, and it's not imaginary. It produces real, measurable, physical changes in your body. Brain scans show that when a patient believes a treatment is working, their brain actually releases endorphins and dopamine, the same chemicals that real painkillers trigger. It gets weirder. In some studies, placebos worked even when patients knew they were taking a placebo. Let that sink in. You can know it's fake, and it still works. There have even been cases of placebo surgery where doctors made incisions but didn't actually fix anything, and patients still recovered as if they had the real procedure. Your mind can literally convince your body to heal, and science still can't fully explain how or why. Number 1, consciousness. And finally, the biggest mystery of all, the one that sits behind every single item on this list, consciousness. Right now, electrical signals are firing between the neurons in your brain. Chemicals are flowing. Synapses are connecting. That's all just physics and chemistry. But somehow, out of all that electricity and chemistry, there's a you, someone who is aware, someone who feels, someone who is watching this video and knowing that they're watching it. How does 3 pounds of gray matter create the experience of being alive? This is called the hard problem of consciousness, and it's considered one of the greatest unsolved questions in all of science. We can map every neuron, we can track every signal, but we cannot explain how physical processes create subjective experience. There are dozens of theories. 2 major ones recently went head-to-head in a massive scientific experiment, and the results? Inconclusive. Both theories were partially supported and partially disproven. You are the most complex thing in the known universe, living inside a body that science built careers trying to understand. And the most fundamental question about you, why you're even aware that you exist, remains completely unanswered. So there you have it. 7 things your body does that the smartest people on Earth still can't fully explain. You are literally a walking mystery. Now, I want to know from you, which one of these blew your mind the most? And is there a body mystery you've always wondered about that we didn't cover? Drop it in the comments. It might become our next video. If you made it this far, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. We post mind-blowing curiosities every week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.